21 Pilots livestream experience was remastered for the big screen, and fans in 70 different countries flooded cinemas on May 19, 2022 for the 21 Pilots cinema experience. Since the performance is fresh in our minds again since we last saw it just under a year ago on May 21st, 2021, let's walk through the lore and talk theories. Right at the beginning of the live stream, we see this device that is meant to control the contentment of the citizens of Dima. There is one large meter and two smaller ones. The smaller meters measure content and delusion, so maybe the larger one depends on those two values. The meaning of content is in a state of peaceful happiness. This could be the reason most of the music on Scaled and Icy is so happy and upbeat. The meaning of delusion is an idiosyncratic belief or impression that is firmly maintained despite being contradicted by what is generally accepted as reality or rational argument, typically a symptom of mental disorder. This sounds just like Dima. The citizens believe in vialism even though it isn't rational. Dima is the place their mind traps them in during their fight with mental illness. We can also see 9 buttons labeled with the names of the 9 bishops. The buttons for Sakarver and Nico light up. There's also a circle that looks like the neon gravestones from the map of Dima. Then we see this 3D model of Dima, and at first it's gray, but then it becomes saturated with blue and pink waves of color. We see the buildings, the gravestones, and Good Day starts playing as the logo for Good Day Dima appears on the screen. The hosts of the show introduce Tyler, and Tyler does not respond to anything they say to him. He looks really tired and not interested. Then the voices of the hosts get muffled as Tyler is fully ignoring them now, and he starts to sing Choker. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. Tyler, Josh, and Trash just jamming until Tyler sings and the rear view only blinds you, and looks up and is blinded by a bright light, and 2 bishops come and push him to a new set to sing Stressed Out with some bishop backup dancers. This set is a huge contrast to the previous one, but this isn't the Stressed Out that we know. There are these funky synth sounds that are just so out of place, making it sound like it's not a 21 Pilots song. There are also some neon light poles in the background like the ones in the music videos for The Outside and Nico and the Niners. Then Tyler starts playing his bass, and the song sounds like it's supposed to. Tyler and Josh transition into Migraine. Tyler is having a blast singing Migraine, and this will be a reoccurring theme as Tyler returns to his old music throughout the show. The background is a brain, and then a bunch of sighs pop up too. Next is Morph. For this song, the stage is covered in yellow light, the color of the Banditos and Hope. Next is Holding On To You. Tyler sings Entertain My Faith over and over, and each time he screams louder until he screams so loud that Dima cuts off the broadcast. It cuts to the hosts trying to sell the Scaled and Icy box set. Sally says, and I quote, "Dima is bringing you this music collection that is vibrant with saturation." Dan says his personal favorite song off of Scaled and Icy is Mulberry Street. Then he says, "Dima wants you to enjoy this collection." They are really stressing the fact that this is Dima's album. Then Tyler is forced into singing Mulberry Street. Tyler sings this song in a very sarcastic tone, especially when he says, "There's nothing wrong with this." He is not happy about them cutting off Holding On To You to sing this. He doesn't want to sing Mulberry Street, which is essentially the Dima propaganda national anthem. This is the first and only time we've seen Mulberry Street, which is this colorful street full of saturation. If Dima looks like this, everyone should want to go there. But thanks to the Nico and the Niners music video, we know what Dima really looks like. It's dark and gray, and as Clancy would say, its walls are colossal. There are a bunch of stores in reference to songs and other things. Bounce Bail Bonds is in reference to the song Bounce Man. Food, petrol, etc. is a new meaning of the FPE logo, which during the Blurryface era stood for the few, the proud, and the emotional, and during the Trench era stood for failed perimeter escape. Saturday's Paint Supplies is in reference to the lyrics, but on Saturday we paint the town. There's also a shop named Rosie's after Tyler's daughter. Then we hear a deep, distorted voice recite lines from Clancy's first letter. There's this creepy part where the faces of the hosts are covered so that they look kind of like Nico, and the voice says, "Why do I kneel to these concepts? Tempted by control, controlled by temptation. Stay low, they say, stay low." Then, Lane Boy. Tyler sings, "My creativity is only free when I play in shows," which isn't true in this show. This show is controlled by Dima. Tyler ends the song with a rap from Redecorate. Tyler and Josh transition into the snow for Shy Away. It's snowing because it's icy, like the name of the album, Scaled and Icy. The candles are shaped like sighs. Tyler is walking all over the table and knocking over the sighs. But the one in the middle stays there until the end. Can we have a moment to appreciate the shy away scream? Don't you shy away! At the end of Shy Away, it cuts back to the hosts trying to sell the box set again. But something is off. Dan has a bruise on his cheek and blood under his nose that's dripped onto his shirt. Sally has blood on her ribbon and her eye makeup is messy. Sally says, "I just felt trapped not having these in my life." And Dan replies, "Sally, we all will feel trapped if we don't get our hands on this magnificent collection. Classic songs like The Outside, it just filled me with so much contentment." Remember the control contentment box from the very beginning of the live stream? Dan replies, "Yes, contentment. Don't wait another minute. You need to get this collection your life." Sally says, "But remember, you should," but she is cut off. What was she going to say and why was she cut off? Her voice changed when she said this, so maybe she was going against what Dima wanted her to say. The only other theory I can think of is that maybe the Banditos took control of the show and they cut her off. But I think the other theory makes more sense. People are lining up on Mulberry Street and The Outside starts playing. Are they lining up to get into Dima? Josh is in his skeleton hoodie. Then Tyler sings a sad version of Heathens and Trees on ukulele in a little boat with the background of a starry sky. The boat has an OH for Ohio, where Tyler and Josh are from and where the band was started. Tyler is wearing his skeleton hoodie. The moon slowly rises as Tyler sings. Tyler is all alone. He is isolated, like the lyric in Redecorate, scaled back and isolated. Josh is dressed in his Bandito clothes and carrying a torch for the transition into jumpsuit. Just like in Clancy's most recent letter, Josh is the torchbearer. Tyler's wearing a Bandito jacket and has yellow tape on his base. Then Tyler jumps onto the flaming car from the Heavy Dirty Soul music video and starts rapping Heavy Dirty Soul. It cuts back to Dan and Sally and they look way worse than before. Both of their eyes are yellow and surrounded by blood. Remember when Tyler controlled that bishop in the Outside music video and the bishop's eyes turned yellow? Is someone controlling the hosts? More on this later. Dan says, "You know you can't escape, Sally." "Yes, I know." A little later, Sally says, "We come for you." And Dan says, "We got people on the way. No chances." Then it zooms out and we see that Tyler was watching this on a TV. Remember, we don't believe what's on TV. Then, Saturday. I didn't notice any lore in the performance of this song. Then, level of concern. Could the shirt Tyler's wearing be a reference to Trash the Dragon? Tyler sings extra lyrics that weren't in the studio version of this song, but he also sang these lyrics previously on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. The lyrics are, "You ask me if it's real, I see your shifting eyes. You're digging in your heels, I dig my hole to die, hole to die." These lyrics are pretty dark compared to the rest of the song. Why did Tyler leave these out of the studio recording? Could this be another reference to my creativity is only free when I play in shows? Did someone, maybe Dima, stop Tyler from including these lyrics? Level of Concern was released between Trench and Scaled and Icy, so maybe? Or I'm just overthinking this. Then, Ride. Josh did a peace sign when Tyler sang "Pieces of Peace in the Sun's Peace of Mind," and it was so wholesome. The background looks like Trash's scales, but they're pink instead of blue. Then, Tyler and Josh put on their ski masks and sing Car Radio. The song gets cut off by a siren and red lights. Everyone is running around scared as heck, but Tyler is not fazed at all. Like he was expecting it, maybe? The siren could mean that someone escaped Dima. This reminds me of that lyric from Nico and the Niners. Start a concert, a complete diversion. Start a mob and you can be quite certain will win, but not everyone will get out. This could have also been a rehearsed part of the show, but it's not as fun of a theory. Then, Never Take It. I have a video talking about the lore in the song Never Take It, so you should check it out if you haven't already. We can see that Ned's Bayou is also a shop on Mulberry Street. After Never Take It is over, we see Tyler walk up to a small figurine of Trash. Tyler walks back to the set of Good Day Dima, and the hosts are frozen in the spot they were before Tyler started to tune them out and sing Choker. Tyler is wearing a different outfit, so I think that this all happened, but they rehearsed the show that way to bring it to a close, like a cycle. Like the lyric in Shy Away, "Don't circle the track, just break the cycle in half and leave your skin on the floor." Now that we've walked through the performance, let's talk about Clancy's letters that were uploaded to the Dima.org website after the music video for The Outside was released. In the first letter, Clancy writes that the Bishops proposed an idea, a television show. This was the 21 Pilots live stream experience. It's interesting that the Bishops wanted to do a TV show. especially when we don't believe what's on TV. Clancy says that he had no idea that people knew who he was, and was confused when the bishop said he'd garnered notoriety for his schemes and outbursts. I talk more about this in my 2 new Clancy letters explained and theories video, but I have a theory that since the beginning of the Scaled and Icy era, Tyler has been portraying Clancy. In my new Dima lore and migraine video, I talk about who Clancy is and his role in the 21 Pilots universe. If you haven't watched those videos, you should check them out. I also have a theory that Clancy is Tyler, but he doesn't know that he's Tyler. I may make a video about that soon. Anyway, in the letter, Clancy says that he had songwriting sessions with the bishops to create new songs for the Livestream experience. Clancy writes, "Were the rulers of this stifled city actually attempting to entertain people?" When talking about the show, he says, "It was all so colorful, as if compensating for the grayness of the city. Confusion of it all hangs overhead. What was it all for?" The Scaled and Icy album, the 21 Pilots Livestream experience, and the 21 Pilots Cinema experience are all an attempt by Dima to gain more citizens. If you look at the propaganda that was advertising the Livestream experience, it was all sponsored by Dima. If you go to the 21pilots.film website homepage and scroll to the bottom and click Legals and Credits, you can see this. They are literally telling us that the opinions expressed in the film are those of the sacred municipality of Dima. And we know from Clancy's letters that the bishops made him write the songs for Scaled and Icy and were closely monitoring him the whole time. The next thing uploaded to the Dima.org site was a diagram of the antler ritual Tyler or Clancy performed in the music video for The Outside. In order to seize or possess someone or something, they need to be an available vessel. An available vessel has to be in the state of glorious gone. Glorious Gone is a lyric in the song Leave the City. Based on the lyrics in Leave the City, it sounds like Tyler is singing about death. Does this mean someone has to be dead to be an available vessel that can be possessed? In Neon Gravestones, we learned about the religion of Dima, called Vialism, which glorifies suicide. I have a video about Vialism if you want to learn more about it. Glorify is in the lyrics of this song. We glorify those even more when they. Does this mean that glorious gone is what someone becomes after they commit suicide? Clancy writes that when you become an available vessel, the bishops will make you a weapon. In Clancy's most recent letter, he wrote, "The decaying hosts of the television show, the robed figures that commanded the doomed ship, had we all been seized by the bishops using this same technique?" Remember how every time we saw the hosts during the Livestream experience, they looked worse and worse? Their makeup was fading away as the show went on, and underneath they looked like they were decaying. If you look at the credits after the show ends, you can see that the hosts were the bishops Lisden and Sakarver. They aren't actually those 2 bishops. They are 2 dead people that the bishops are possessing and controlling using Ned's antlers. That's why they looked like zombies when the makeup was fading away. All this time, the bishops were practicing necromancy, which makes this all so much darker than I ever thought it was. Little did we know that the bishops were weaponizing the people of Dima by instilling vialism, persuading them to kill themselves and then seizing their bodies or vessels and using them to promote Dima's propaganda. Did I miss anything? Do you have any theories? Did you see the 21 Pilots Cinema experience in theaters? By the time I post this, I will have watched it in theaters, and I already know that I was having a blast and seeing new things that I wish I included in this video. I make other 21 Pilots videos like this one. It would mean a lot to me if you checked those out and subscribed. Thanks for watching.